Guess who's back?
Hello, hello. Still hear me now? Yes.
Yeah, still hear you, mate. All good?
What's happening?
All good, mate. Yourself?
Okay, there's a head full of one piece I'd love to have. Right, we'll just get in it. Just going to start off basically about yourself, Tom. Right back from the start and how you've ended up where you are today. So just back to maybe your fondest memories growing up, where you grew up.
Just in Ardoyne, as you know, round in Cranbrook, the top streets.
Yeah.
Just playing football with all my cousins and all the next door neighbours, just like in a wee square. Used to be out first pop in the morning, the last pop at night, like, you know what I mean? Then just they brought me along to like the John Paul Youth Club.
Right. Is that when you first started playing matches?
I went, but I never got on. I was only about 6 or 7 or 8 or something like that. You used to go and pay your 50p to get on the bus and up to Molluscan out there and all, just used to stand there and watch the cousins play and that. But then as I got a wee bit older, I started to play, like, you know. But
yeah,
it was brilliant. Like, I loved it. So
a Holy Cross as well. Fondest memories of Holy Cross. That was a brilliant team you had.
Your brother was in that team, so he was.
Okay.
I was P5. I was playing the P7 team. What a team it was. Don McAlea, James Tier, Stephen Murphy, Barry McCurvey, your skipper. Your skipper. What a player. We won everything, mate. So we did everything we entered. We won. It was just a brilliant team. I remember winning the Northern Ireland Cup. End up going down to Dungannon to play at.
Yeah.
Stanmore, like, so it was we ended up beating St Peter's Lurgan 4-2.
Yeah.
But it was brilliant. And Mr. McAreevy, he had us all in the shirts and ties and all. But the problem was they all made their confirmation. So they had all their white shirts and red ties. I had to go up and borrow our dummies, so I did.
Brilliant, mate. So then every start, finally joined the Lisburn Youth from the John Paul.
Yep.
How did that come about?
Again, it was through the school. Now I ended up playing a few games for the school, and Kevin McAreevy was, I think he's cousins with Eddie Coulter or Tony Coulter.
Yep.
They run the Man United School of Excellence.
Mm-hmm.
So I've just come back and forth over there for a couple of weeks, and they said, listen, if you want to get a wee bit more noticed, you probably have to move leagues. So I ended up joining Lisburn Youth, and under Jamie Heath was our manager there. Again, mate, Wonderside, Mark Wilson, who went to Johnny Tuffy, Davy Armstrong, Darrell Fordyce, myself, Gary Plant. It was just a really, really good teammate. Then we entered the Foyle Cup, and it was mainly our Lisburn youth team, but there was a few other boys it was Lisburn and District League team.
Yeah.
But it was a few other boys from like Banbridge and that there, but it was mainly Lisburn youth team. We ended up going to the Foyle Cup and won it, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Class.
Yeah, beat the teams like Forest and Republic of Ireland Development Squad and that. And we beat Hearts in the final. It was just a very, very. Loads of boys got trials out of it, and that's where sort of starting to get a wee bit serious.
That's what I was going to ask you next. Like, once you start, you had a great team, and obviously with the great team, the team that just had all sorts of scouts are starting matches on a weekly basis. What was the first sort of trials that you had?
The first team that came in was Wimbledon, so it was.
You're feeling well, crazy guy.
Yeah. I was actually nearly very close to signing there, so it was. We went there 14. I went over with Mark Wilson, and it was a fellow called Billy Barr who was there scout. I went over, mate. I absolutely loved it. So it was amazing. So it was, and I think it was Kenny Cunningham.
Yep.
He was there, and he was trying to talk me and Mark and the signing there. Then we went on, we came back and we tried to know a few places. We always seemed to travel with each other. Me and Mark went over to United, and we went to Sunderland, and we went to Blackburn. So we did.
Together, were you at Blackburn?
Yeah, and he was offered back a second time, and Mark didn't go as he was sick, and I ended up going over, and they made the first offer. Like we went to Newcastle together, also each other. But, so we just went all over the place, mate. It was brilliant. Just you were getting out of school, flying over to England, then coming back again, then that Friday going somewhere else again.
Brilliant. So, sorry, mate. Just so moving over to Blackburn, you're 14.
Yep.
What way does it? What's the operation like? What way do you go over with your mum and daddy, or?
Yeah. We just went over and we sussed it out and that, and we went to look at the school that I was going to be going to. It was just a normal high school, as you call it, you know what I mean, and secondary school, sorry. And I ended up living with a fella and girl called Pete and Liz. They were through all the system to get vetted for the look after somebody coming over, so they looked after me, and I just went to school like a couple of days a week, but then maybe a couple of half days I went down to the academy and trained. It was just all broke up,
Yeah.
So it was,
and your mum and daddy were still here, and you were over there. Did you have a mobile phone or anything at the time, or carrier pigeon?
That's when I very first got one. I'm still the same number from then. So they never changed the number. I was the same number since I was 14. That I think it was an old brick that I got. So.
So when you're saying for Blackburn, who's the first team manager at this stage?
It was Graham Souness.
Right. And did you ever meet him or anything? Or?
Yeah, I remember signing with an Norway lad called Gary Dunphy. Right. And myself, so me and him went down to Ewe Park that day, the day we were signing. You got to meet the manager and all the first team players. Class. But it wasn't really till I was starting to get into the reserve team over there that I started speaking to Graham Souness a lot more,
Right. So, so just with your school and your football, did you find it hard, or were you not too worried, or did you have the mindset, I'm going to make it here?
I was just at the start. I think it was about a week or two, and I was a bit really, really homesick, mm-hmm. And I was hearing what it was all happening on, getting back here at home and all that, all the Holy Cross dispute and all that there was going on.
Yeah.
I was like, listen, just get the head down, get the school work done, get the GCSEs, and you've a full-time contract there once you're finished. Like, you know what I mean? It's every wee boy's dream to do that. Like.
Yeah. Was it like a YTS you were on, and then?
Yeah. I signed a 2-year YTS and a 1-year pro. So when I turned 17, I signed a professional contract then. So that after that, I got another couple of contracts.
Yeah. So you actually go on. You must have a decent side there. Blackburn has won the Premier Academy League. The Premier.
Yeah, I ended up beating Coventry in the final, and Johnny Tuffy, who was the Linfield kid, Glenavon, he was in nets for Coventry that night.
Right.
So that, but I remember playing Southampton in semi-final. The likes of Theo Walcott and all playing in that. It was brilliant. So but I think that to qualify for the semi-final, you had to like win your region type thing.
Yeah.
I remember playing Leeds, and they had played an FA Youth Cup game the night before.
Right.
But Aaron Lennon was playing, and I was just hoping that he wouldn't be coming up. They played on the Friday night. He played on the Friday night, and in the FA Youth Cup, went into extra time, come up on the Saturday to play us. It was like for the under-17s. Man, I got absolutely roasted. he had just played a full 90 minutes the night before, like,
yeah, I know the feeling. So you're saying your first pro deal?
Yeah.
Souness still the manager?
Yes. No, sorry. Souness gone by. Mark Hughes the manager.
Mark Hughes. And are you training with the 18s, or what way is it working?
Sort of when Mark Hughes went, I think it was about 17. Yeah, 17 then I broke into the reserve team. So it was like training with the first team, but playing reserves on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I was starting to travel every week with the first team, but just not. It was like the spur man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'd always bring about 19, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was always.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'd be like they all won out, like, you know what I mean, on the Saturday.
See, once you're breaking into first team training with them, what's the training like? Is it ruthless like, or?
You you would have to be on it, like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The tempo is frightening, like, so it is. So something that I've never experienced before. It's a lot big step up from playing under 18 reserves. Just because there's a lot at stake, you know what I mean, and everybody's on the money every day.
Who's the sort of boys that's there at that time when you're breaking in?
Like a two guy, Patterson, Rocky Santa Cruz, all them boys, and the likes of Benny, they're all coming along, you know, and the likes of Robbie Savage and that. They all had really, really high standards, like, you know, and it was brilliant to learn off them.
Class, mate, absolutely class. So the manager obviously is Mark Hughes, and he's got like coaching stuff. What is it the Saxons like? Are they good? Well, no, because you're full time now, and this is all you're doing. So, are you enjoying your job? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
job like
Monday, Tuesday, you were like, it's like fitness work. You've been doing your 4v4s and all your passing drills and shooting and that there. But as the week went on, they were gearing up to who we were playing. I don't know, we were playing the likes of Watford or whatever. You were sort of getting into game situations like 11v11, like, you know.
Yeah.
And that's when it started to get a wee bit serious, and there was boys in there trying to get into the team and that.
Mm-hmm.
So it was got a wee bit competitive as the week went on. And Freddie would be more of a relaxed session because you had the game on Saturday. Yeah. You had everything. You had all the preparation done and everything was wrapped up by then, you know.
Brilliant. So, who are you living with at this stage? Because obviously you're on your own, but what sort? You're not in the digs anymore, are you?
No. I ended up getting my own wee apartment about 2-3 mile away from the training ground. So it's nice wee estate. Like there was one or two of your lads, like Joe Garner.
Yeah.
Striker. He was up at Rangers and that. He's at Wigan now. He lived the apartment below me and that. So I ended up moving up. And he was from the area, so he knew it. So me and him would be quite pally, like, you know. And,
so sort of see when you all are sort of more involved with first team. Who's good on a night out?
Me. You wouldn't really mix too much with them, like, because all them boys would maybe go live in Manchester and Liverpool. Only really think maybe get a night out with them would have been like a Christmas night out and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Bentley, he was a rocket.
Yeah.
So
I love him. He's good crack on TV.
Yes, he's like at 24/7. He's just a big wee jack in the box, like, you know.
Yeah.
So he was good. He was good crack.
That's good. Right. So 06, 07, you're sort of 18, 19. First loan move, you go to Stockport for a while.
Yeah.
Can you remember what's that? It wasn't for too long, was it?
No, it was like 4 games or something, mate. Then I got recalled because there was a couple injuries in the first team.
Right.
And got recalled there. But I remember going out. Lincoln was our first game at Edgley Park, and I think it was only like 4,000 or 5,000, but the mate seemed like 50,000.
Yeah.
We ended up winning 2-0, and Jeff Hughes was playing for Lincoln, boy at Larne. He was playing left mid, and I was playing right back. So that always sticks in my head. I always remember that. And I think we won about 3 games and drew one or something while I was out there. I got recalled again, like, and I didn't want to go back. You know what I mean? I wanted to stay for the rest of the season because you were playing men's football. There was mortgages on the line, and it was just a step down from all the facilities and all. Like, you went in and got beans and toast in the morning. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're at the training ground. You were getting poached eggs and salmon.
Brilliant. So you do, as you say, you get recalled, but then you got an hour loan move shortly after Christmas. Go to Belgium, Cercle Bruges.
Yep, Blackburn had a wee affiliation with that, with Cercle Bruges in Belgium, and it was just before Christmas. Mark Hughes called me in and he says, "Listen, there's a chance for you to go out to Belgium for 6 months. How do you feel about it?" And again, I just says, "Not a problem," and got myself out there, and it was probably the best experience I've ever had in football. Like, it was amazing.
So you go out there, you stay they put you up in the apartment and stuff. They look after you when you get out there.
Yeah, it was a place called Bruges. That's again probably the nicest city I've been in the world. Like, you know, set me up a wee apartment, not too far away from the training ground. I could just walk to the training ground, the training ground. The stadium was there as well, and you're in the right bang in the middle of the city centre also. So it was a great wee setup. They put me up with it.
And you go in first match. You're obviously buzzing. First team football again. You get man on match. You remember much about it?
I remember it was against a team called Salta Wareham. Your wee boy, man, what do you call him? Barriano, Sadio Barriano. What do you call him? He's out there. He plays for them now.
Right.
And but I just remember they had played Newcastle in the FA Cup on the Thursday night, and we played them on the Sunday. Mm-hmm. And the captain of the team, Dennis, you call him, he got injured, so I knew I was going to be playing. Mm-hmm. But I think I might have been about 16,000, 17,000 this time at the match, and I was just walking out. It was amazing. I ended up getting took off after about 85 minutes. I was cramping up everywhere, but I was buzzing. I didn't want to come off. I was just enjoying myself so much, you know what I mean? And I ended up getting a result because they hadn't won about 3 or 4, and again we went on an RV run after that. Like.
Yeah, brilliant, mate. And then obviously you stayed there for the rest of the season. He's come up against Standard Liège.
Yeah.
They have a wonder team. Can you remember much about that game?
I remember it was pretty close game, like, you know what I mean. We kept them out for a good while, but the players, you've seen the team sheet that day. There was Sergio Conceição, Dante, Big Marwan Fellaini, Stephen Defoe. When I look back at it now, I go, gee, that was some team I played against there, like, you know. But, no, they were quality. I think they ended up finishing second that year, just behind Anderlecht. You know?
Yeah, brilliant. So you come back at the end of that season, gearing up for the 07-08 season. Pre-season with Blackburn. You obviously got done well. Words get back to Blackburn that you've had a great time on loan. So you must be buzzing pre-season to get back.
Yeah, that team actually offered to buy me. They wanted me to go out on a 3-4 year deal, but my contract was up at Blackburn because I'd done so well out there. I ended up getting another 2-year deal at Blackburn, and that was me training with the first team full time, like, you know. But again, came back pre-season. I played every pre-season game right up until the second last week before the Premier League was starting.
Every pre-season game with the first team?
Yeah. So we went away to Germany and that. And
can you remember your first game for them? Even though it was a friendly, but can you remember your first game, like what starting?
Yes, well, I started against Sporting Lisbon, so I did in a pre-season friendly. To be fair, like, I had a bit of a nightmare. I was too nervous, you know.
Yeah.
But the likes of Andy Todd and that, they sort of came after the game to say, forget about it. You know what I mean? And after that, I think we played Olympiacos. So that, and that I had a better game there, like, you know.
Yeah.
No, that's all I really remember about that there, but, like, you know.
So, as I say, you're going away like to Germany. Who are you rooming with? The away trips.
Unfortunately, I had to room with Robbie Savage. Absolute mess, isn't it?
Is it? I know, that's it.
We got like a free night one night. I ended up staying out a wee bit later than I should have, like, you know, with a couple of lads. And come back and ate a full big German hot dog sausage, all covered in red sauce, planted on top of my pillow and one underneath my pillows. But it was sort of give me a warning the next day, like, he says, when I come home, like, you come home type thing, like, you know.
Yeah. Sort of like that the end for playing him.
Yeah. I was just a young lad, you know what I mean? I just
you
know what I mean? Enjoying the crack and that there, you know.
Brilliant. So, as I say, the 07-08 season starts in the Premier League. Are you involved in many squads, or are you still basically on fringes? I
was travelling every week now, so it was every single week I was travelling. And as I was saying, I played every pre-season game. And Lucas Neal and Brad Emerton were both away with Australia, and I think it might have been the Confederations Cup or something, or one of their qualifying tournaments. And I played, and I was doing really, really well, mate. And they just come back and they started the season. Do you know what I mean? It's just of course they're going to anyway. Like, we had two quality players, like. But you sort of had that wee buzz you were going because they weren't there, and I was only recognised right back there. So you think, geez, I could start here, like, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
just sitting there in my suit in the stand, you know what I mean?
Sure, at least you're somewhere anyway. So get it. You finally do make it onto the bench, February 2008 at the new Emirates Stadium. You remember that?
I remember travelling down, and it was between me and Eddie Nolan. I knew he had actually started a couple of games at right back and before me, like, you know, and he was doing really well. But I just remember getting down that night and getting into the dressing room, and I just seen the top up in the corner. Just ran straight out onto the pitch in the centre circle, and rang my dad straight away. I was like, on the bench, I'm on the bench.
I remember watching actually. I was in Tenerife on a holiday. And down in the bar and stuck it on and seeing you warming up and all. I'm like, stuff of dreams, like.
That's real, like, you know what I mean? Fabregas and all them boys, you're like, I know he's only on the pitch warming up. It would have been brilliant to get on, but something that I'll live with you, like, you know what I mean?
Unbelievable, mate. Class. So then after that, you sort of start getting a few knee injuries.
Yep.
You're actually due. Derby are having a terrible season. I think they accumulated the worst points total ever that season, that 07-08 season in the Premiership. Hughes comes to you and says, like, you're going to start here. We're playing Derby at the end of the season. Sort of a nothing game. There's no nothing to play for. And then you have to go and get your knee done. What was the sort of story behind that?
I just remember getting, I think it was in training, just landed a wee bit funny on my right knee, and I actually played on for a week or two, and I went in to see the physio. He says, "Nah, you need to get this scanned." And I actually tore my cartilage.
Right.
So I end up having to get a tidy up operation on that through keyhole.
Yeah.
Just ruled me out. So it did, you know. I ended up doing a wee bit of prehab over the summer.
Yeah.
And get me ready for the new season again.
So, as I say, Hughes, like, fair play to him. He comes, he's wanting you in your plans, and then next minute, after the season ends, he gets a City job.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
So it's just that wee bit of luck, isn't it? Like,
it's just that's the same. Different managers see different things, mate. And that I know, but I think he gave me 2 contracts there, so they must have seen something that they liked, you know. But fair play to him. Like, he got the Man City job, probably got a fortune.
100%. So Paul Ince comes in.
Yep.
Tell me a bit about what happened when he came in. What sort of approach did he have?
Again, we went to Germany the previous year on the pre-season trip, and we went back to the same place again. So with it, and again, we always got loads of game time.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Lucas New was away again, but then came back, started the season. It was just like a same old story from the year before.
Yeah.
So I sort of started getting a wee bit fed up, mate. You know, I just wanted to go and play football. What you want to do is you want to train from Monday to Friday, and you want to see your name on a team sheet on a Saturday. That's you're like at any level.
Yeah.
That's what everybody does. You know what I mean? You just want to be playing on a Saturday at 3:00, and that's it.
So he eventually brings in Danny Simpson as well.
Yeah.
Would you sort of just sitting there going, "Fuck me," like, what am I going to do here?
Because again, I had a really good pre-season game, mate, and I had played loads of game time, loads of games, and I was doing rightly. Then he just I don't know where he came in from. I don't know if it was it from
United thing.
Yes. Yeah, he came in from United. Then again, he was ahead of me.
Yeah.
So it was time to start looking maybe to try and get out on loan and all game, mates, you know.
So once he comes in, do you think your confidence is a bit gone? Like, you've never ever, like, from youth up to where you are now, I've been told, like, we don't want you, but you sort of like, what's your mindset there once he comes in? You just want him away?
You probably know the writing's on the wall a wee bit when they're starting to bring in more players with it, you know what I mean? And you're not daft. I'm not daft, you know what I mean? So it was just like, again, was a saying, you were training Monday to Friday, going to putting a suit on, flying down to London, watching match, back up again. You're like a supporter. You know what I mean? So and you're going to play, and you were getting chucked in to go and play with the reserves again on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
a cold night away up in Morecambe. That's where the reserve team games were. At the start, that was brilliant when you were 16, 17, you know what I mean? Yeah. But now, as you're getting on a bit, and you've already experienced and got a taste of full-time football and what it means, you just wanted that wee bit more. You know what I mean?
So, Ince gets a sack anyway. Who comes in? Is it Big Sam?
Big Sam. Sam Allardyce, yeah. He was like, he's a good character, like. Yeah. And very into his tactics and stuff, and getting his team organised and that. There, you probably know who was like Bolton and all. He done so well. Yeah. Backburn as well, like. But again, same old story, mate. Just pre-season doing well and
same shit.
Yeah, shit. Different year. You know what I mean?
So eventually you get a loan move to Carlisle.
Yeah.
Just want to elaborate a wee bit there. Some players here you've played with Carlisle, like Graham Kavanagh, Ian Hart, Richard Keogh, Danny Graham. They were a good team at that time.
Yeah, there was also Paul Thurwell, captain. He played for Sunderland. He got Sunderland promoted to the Premier League. You had Joe Garner there as well. Right. No, we went up on my loan move. It actually came about me under 16 manager at Blackburn, Eric Kinder. He was the academy director up there now.
Right.
So he got it all sussed out and got it sorted out. Then went up and had a wee loan spell there and done well. Got into the team and was playing regularly again. So I was enjoying it, mate.
Yeah. So in the midst of all this loan moves and trying to break into the first team, you've developed an illustrious, infamous, international career. So you first get called up to the Northern Ireland under-18 team.
No.
So you're called up to the Northern Ireland 18s. Can you remember much about that?
Yes, it was Shimmy, Heath and Mal Donaghy.
Right.
And I love playing for them too. So the Mal and Shimmy, probably two best coaches that I've ever worked with. I can't remember much of the games I played in, to be honest with you, mate. I remember more about the 21s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just remember the training sessions with the 18s and that, and I had Shimmy as my Lisburn youth manager.
Yeah.
But the sessions them boys put on were unbelievable, mate, and I love joining up with them.
Quality. So we bit of behind the scenes going on. They're at the same time. All of are born the same year, and also just wanted to ask you: there's yourself, Mark Wilson, your mate Michael O'Connor, and Darren Gibson.
Yeah.
All make the switch to the Republic team. Okay. So, can you remember much about that? What way did that come about?
I think things were just sort of fading out, mate. With Northern Ireland, there wasn't much happening, and
that barn that I have
it needs cut.
Thumbs up on me.
Some of it.
Go ahead, sorry.
Don Givens rang me. I was actually on the way to a reserve team game, I think, with Blackburn. I was on the bus, and he just rang me saying that I fancy meeting up and seeing what it was all about, and everything had gone a wee bit deal with Northern Ireland, and the opportunity was for me there to get an international career and play more football, and I just went for it, mate. You know what I mean? I didn't care what people think or thought or whatever. I was away and I went and played.
Just done what you felt was right, sort of.
Yeah. I spoke to my daddy on that there, and people whose opinions I take on board. You know what I mean? And they were saying, listen, it's up to you, and whatever you want to do, we'll give you your back in that there, as they always do, you know. Yeah. But I love meeting up. Also, again, you were going. It was Paul Clements. He was the coach there.
Right.
Now he's had a few jobs, and I think he was manager of Derby. He was Real Madrid assistant, and also again, I was only going to better me meeting, as I wasn't getting anything with Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
I mean, so that was just my thoughts. I mean, there was nothing to do with Cavies, Paladins,
politics.
That was just pure football reasons, mate.
Right, brilliant. So, as I say, this is all going on while you're breaking the Blackburn first team, getting your loan moves and stuff, getting more first team experience.
Yeah.
And is it Nigel Worthington?
Yeah,
He's a manager at Offside. So you switch back again. That's what you do. That's 2008. That happened.
Yeah, again, things went stale with Republic and Nigel Rimey.
He's a senior. Like that's a massive.
I was 2 qualifiers in Latvia and Iceland, and he wanted to call me up for them because I've been doing well at Blackburn and that, and Mark Hughes called me in again and just says, listen, what is it you want to do? Does you have a chance to go here away with the senior side again for development for me? Going away with the senior squad was only going further me and make me better, mate.
Yeah.
As again, things have went stale with Republic, but again,
I think it's a no-brainer for me. Like it's if you have a chance to make a senior cap for your for a company, like
again, I love meeting up with Ireland squads, and I love meeting up with Republic of Ireland squad. You know what I mean? But a chance to get away to Latvia and Iceland for European qualifier doesn't come along. For much people, like, so I jumped at the. You know what I mean? So it was a great experience.
Much crack when you were away, or was it all very civil?
I think I roomed with Michael McGovern, right. And but it was a really bit of a cards game. I think it was David Healy and Keith Gillespie and all them boys. So I just tried to keep my head down, mate. And that was it.
The young kid on the block.
Yeah, Davo.
Back to club career, Tony. Mate, you're back in Carlisle. Maybe not. You've signed permanently at Carlisle now.
Yeah, I ended up signing a 2-year deal there. So I left Blackburn and I moved up to Carlisle and ended up sharing a house with big Gary Medine.
Yeah.
You've been on the swell with him.
He's a maniac.
I've had him over here a few times, so he was
that man.
I had good crack with him. Like, he was a Geordie lad, and then he was just he's sort of similar roots to me, mate. You know what I mean? Just from working class area, and me and him just hit it off straight away. Like, so it was good crack.
Brilliant. So back to football. Sort of once you're saying permanent, sort of not panning out as maybe as you'd hoped, and you get a loan move to Darlington. You remember much about that?
Yeah, I remember. I ended up getting another knee operation.
Right.
Again, I started off really well, and I had to get another operation on my left knee this time. Same again, cartilage split. Kept me out. Came back, tore my quad as well. So I kept me out for another 8 to 9 weeks.
Yeah.
Back, and Greg Abbott was the manager there, and Graham Kavanagh was sort of starting to come on to the coach as an assistant manager, like assistant player manager.
Yeah.
They just called me in and said there was a chance to go to Darlington on loan. Again, mate, went out there, and Darlington Stadium was unbelievable. Like, really, very, very, very good. Great setup. I think it was Dean Windass was there and that, and yeah, brilliant. It was. I really enjoyed it. Just went out there and tried to get a bit of game time, but they were struggling, mate, and there was a lot of complications going on with that third club.
I was going to say, where are they now? They're not in the league,
no, mate. I don't know if they've folded or what, but they were on the brink of folding when I was out.
So. And you just pushed them over the edge.
It was a bit of a thing.
So, see, as you've been away now since you were 14, you're in your early 20s. It's sort of, you keep getting injured, and as I say, Darlington is a shit show. Back to Carlisle, you're sort of on the bench again. Did you feel like, were you getting homesick, or did you feel like, this is the right time to come home, or what was your sort of mindset back then?
When I came back from Darlington, I started to pick up a wee bit of form again, and I ended up playing a couple of games. Then I ended up playing Richard Keogh at right back, and that's where his career started kicked off. You know what I mean? So he went from there. He done really. I couldn't shift him. He wasn't getting injured. He was man of the match nearly every other week. Fans loved him, and he got his move to Coventry. Then he got his move from Coventry to Derby. Then he was playing for Republic of Ireland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just as I said, I don't know if this is not that it's not for me no more. I just never seemed to get the break that I needed.
Yeah, I agree.
And so I think I was just, I don't know, was it January 2011 or 2010 or something that came home?
2011 January, yeah.
I went in and spoke with. I still had 6 months left in my contract at Carlisle. I went in and just told them that I think it's time for me maybe to go home. You know what I mean? And end up they were brilliant. They paid up the 6 remaining months of my contract and full and all, mate. So I had a wee bit of kitty coming home with and that, and they were brilliant for me.
How did you feel? Did you feel like the dream was over, or what was sort of in your head at the time?
I was a wee bit frightened about coming home, you know, and I was like, to be honest, mate, I was probably a bit depressed also. You know what I mean? I think I was a wee bit depressed around that time about coming home and what people maybe thought about me, like, you know, oh, he's back home, he's, you know what I mean? But I achieved so much over already at such a young age, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's stuff people that only dream of achieving of, mate. To be honest.
Yeah, even like going to Wembley with Carlisle for the Johnston Paint Trophy final against, we played Southampton, like 60,000-70,000 there, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
Just loads and loads of memories to come back with. But I came back and sort of didn't even want to play football anymore, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just kept picking up these. I ended up on about 3-4 operations on both knees, and you were coming back. You were getting these muscle injuries also. But I came back and ended up signing for Cliftonville.
Yep. I signed for Cliftonville. Somebody found a Kangol and got into Jared Lawler's pockets. Just a short-term contract, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was just till the end of the season, mate. Again, I come back, I was probably a stone overweight. You know what I mean? You've probably seen the photo of me scoring against Newry, the big face on me. On my day. Big chunk. But no, mate, I only stayed there for a month or two, mate. I just walked away from it totally.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to play no more. I think it was just everything just got on top of me, and I just took a wee break for a while.
Yeah. I sort of think I thought at the time Cliftonville would have been the club for you. Obviously, it's your sort of closest Irish League club to home and stuff like that. And do you think it was just maybe wrong place, wrong time for you for Cliftonville?
Yeah, maybe I should have just come home, mate, and just took a break for the 4 or 5 months. I jumped in there too soon. Like it started off really well.
Yeah.
I mean, but as the weeks and a month or two went on, I had no heart in it, mate, you know, and they didn't know that over at the Reds, they didn't see the best of me, like, you know, which I sort of regret a wee bit, like.
Yeah.
That's the way things pan out, mate. That's life. I mean.
Well,
and,
so the contract runs up at Cliftonville at the end of May, June, and then you're signing for Ballymena. Roy Walker is the manager.
Yeah, Roy Walker again. Jamie Heath sets us up in the summer. Go up and play a friendly against Ballyclare, just to go up and see how I felt about it and that.
Yeah.
I think we went up and played Ballyclare, scored a free kick, and just I was like, this is what I've been missing, like, you know.
Yeah.
End up signing a 2-year. Me and Connor Downey end up signing on the same day.
Right.
But so and Roy Walker was the manager, and Roy was a good man.
So what happened? He ended up. Sorry, mate. Go ahead.
I'll just thank Roy for because I knew the budget was tight, and it was touch and go away. I think it was either going to say me or Connor, but they end up getting it done. We're the same, both of us.
Yeah. And then that sort of did he not have his badges, or what was the story? He ended up having to leave, did he? Roy Walker, or was that not with Ballymena?
I don't know. I think he got the sack.
I made that up, man. So anyway, Spike comes in.
Yep.
What's the sort of initial impression of Spike?
Everybody knows Glenn Ferguson, best striker in Irish League history, and then nobody will probably ever come close to what the goals he scored, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Came in and referred him, mate. He got his stat. We're under Roy and that there, we weren't getting results. We were finishing bottom half the table. But Spike came in, we were still finishing in the bottom 6, but we turned into a very, very good cup team, mate.
Yeah.
So we got Irish Cup final, League Cup final, win 2 county Antrim shields under him.
Yeah.
Spike done really, really well. That's when I started to move into playing midfield.
Mm-hmm. Do you enjoy your midfield role more than fullback, or?
Yes, mate, I do. But I'm not going to lie to you. I'd rather play midfield now than play right back or right wing back. I don't think I could play right wing back no more. I love playing in a midfield 3, mate, and just maybe that wee one sitting. You know what I mean? I think it suits the way I play, and I really, really enjoy it. Like.
Yeah, definitely. As you say, he's won the county Antrim Shield. That's Spike's first trophy. He's played midfield penalties in the final.
Yep.
Is that at Windsor?
The Oval, mate.
The Oval.
Big Davey was the manager of Linfield that night, and wee Jimbo was playing, Jim Irvin.
Yeah.
So it was good. It was like winning the World Cup, there, mate. You know what I mean?
The Linfield team back then was something.
Yes, mate. Yeah, you had the Mulgrews and Winkies and all.
Yeah.
Dorothy Dices, all boys like that. They had wee Ribsy and that. They're a really, really good team. But I think we took the lead through Big Davey Munster, and Big Davey gave away a penalty. we Brad McCall scored, but Linfield had a couple of good chances, but we gave them a really, really good game that night, and we ended up beating them in penalties, mate. Big Stuart Addis, the hero, that night with 2 penalty saves.
Then moving on a wee bit, let's get into the Irish Cup final day against Glenavon. You know about that?
I always like. Anybody knows who's playing the Irish Cup final, mate. The week leading up to it's amazing. So it is, getting fitted for your suits and all the press coverage and all, and just the whole buzz of it. I remember, I think it was about 7:30 that Saturday morning. Wee Coosh texted me. His new boots hanging out the bed. He has made him buzzing. But I think that's what happened, mate. I think by the second half I was totally drained. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Again, Raymond Krangle sends off big Gareth McKeown for nothing really. He flicked big Orange Sanahan on the clinkers. Just like a wee flick. And sends Gary Thompson off for nothing again, mate. He goes to the ball and he ends up playing with Shane McCabe. And the 90th minute, wee bit of frustration, and I wipe out Gary Hamilton. And
we'll move on.
Forget about that one.
Right, so wee bit further down the lane, Spike gets a sack. Big Davey comes in.
Yep.
What sort of, was there like a change in mentality when Davey comes in, or what sort of approach does he take, or is he much different than Spike?
Davey comes in and he's a very, very good motivator, mate, you know, and you've got Brian McLaughlin putting on the sessions, but I didn't really know much about Davey till he came in. I had a couple of run-ins with him on the lane when we used to play. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I flipping hate him. But see, once you get to know the man, mate, then he's a legend. And we had been on a 6-game losing streak, and Davey comes in. First game was Crusaders away at Seaview, and they're flying. Absolutely flying, going for the title, and his team talk out there day, mate, was unbelievable. That's the first I've heard a manager speak like that and get you going. You just want to run through the wall.
He's like an infectious charisma. Like, I've only ever met him a couple of times, like Sierra Wadden and what pledges in the Irish Cup, but he's a very likeable man. I sort of feel.
Yeah, he's got time for everybody, mate, but he can be ruthless as well. Don't get me wrong. Do you know what I mean? He can be nice, but he can be even nasty mother when he wants to. But he gets results, mates, and that's why he's the best. He's probably the best in the business. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he comes in, sort of starts to tweak the team slightly. A few shrewd signings with like Winchester and Freeland stuff.
Yeah.
And you start sort of the wheels start turning for you.
Yeah.
Where are we? Season, you end up finishing 4th in his first season, I think it was, or second season. Sorry, his first full season.
Yeah, he came in, and we just avoided the drop in that. I think we ended up finishing 7th and the season after, that's where it really kicked off.
Yeah. You win the playoff to get into Europe as well.
Yeah, I think we beat Carrick in the League Cup final.
Yeah.
So that was our first trophy and first major trophy in so long.
Stevie?
Yes, it was Stevie, mate. Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Big Jenks and Conor McCluskey scored that day. It was brilliant day and brilliant night. Then we played Glenavon in the playoff final for the, it's worth 250 grand.
Yeah.
Big sexy Kev Branagh hits a winner off the cross. 98 minutes, you know what I mean?
Brilliant.
That was another great night. You know, and it set us up. It's really set us up for the year after, mate.
Yeah. So get on then. Season 2008, 2 seasons ago, 2018-19. You are actually making a real charge of going for the league.
Yeah.
You hit the 20 goal mark yourself. Was that personally? Do you think that's the best season you've played in football?
Aye, definitely, mate. I was never injured. Hardly ever suspended. Which makes it change. I'm not too sure. I got 2 penalties one day against Climble, and after that, there was like just kept coming, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Penalty, 3 kicks. Anything I was hitting was sort of just getting in the back end net, mate. You know what I mean? And that just breeds confidence within yourself, and there's times you're going out going, oh, I'm going to score there, or we're going to win. Do you know what I mean? It's like yourselves, like we're the common star. Once you get the ball rolling, mate, it
is. It's a mentality, I think, too. Like whatever level.
I heard the way Joe was speaking there on the podcast the other week, and he was talking about the Climble and that they just knew they were going to win, and there was some Saturdays working out, and you were just going, "Nah, we've got this in the bag, like already." You know.
And many able going to beat them.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. See, maybe about 6 or 7 games to go, when you're still within touching distance. Did you ever speak about it in the changing room? Like, we're going to win the league here?
No, didn't really speak about it too much, because we probably knew we overachieved a wee bit, mate. You know what I mean? And we were sort of surprise package that year.
Yeah.
We were good counter ourselves, and we just fell short. Linfield had the experience. They probably had also the better players, better squad.
Mm-hmm.
But we ran the games between us and them that year. I think we beat them once. But the other games were like maybe a goal, like 2-1, 1-0.
Yeah.
I mean, it was touch and go. Them games could have made the difference, but them boys have boys in their team who've won 3, 4, 5 titles, so they know how to get the job done. I think we just fell a wee bit short, you know.
Yeah, it was great effort. Just another personal accomplishment. You joined the 300 club, 300 appearances for Ballymena.
Yep.
No, we trophy,
we glass thing, like a wee trophy, mate. You get one like for 100, 200, 300. That's just work good wee achievement, mate. You know what I mean?
Unbelievable.
Hopefully I'll play many more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And hopefully get the 400 would be brilliant.
Yeah. So that's what I was just going to say. Sort of, what's next for yourself personally, and for the rest of your playing career, and then further on?
Well, I'll be 33 here in August. I'm not getting any younger.
Yeah.
I'm up out of contract this year, so just with everything going on with the virus and all, everything's on the back foot at the minute. But I'm hoping to get another contract, Ballymena, mate. That'll take me into 10 years at the club. Another good achievement.
Yeah.
I just want to try and win as many trophies as I can, or get the many finals I can, and just really, really enjoy it now. Hopefully stay free of injury. Just hopefully stay on the side and just play as many games and just enjoy it more. Do you know what I mean? And my wee boy Braden, he's been coming to all the games and all now, like, so just create some wee memories for him and that, you know.
Brilliant. What about after football? Do you ever see yourself getting into coaching or management, or what do you think?
I could see myself being. I don't think I'd be a manager, mate. Do you know what I mean? But I could see myself being a good number 2. I mean, just being that wee link between the players and the staff, and probably if I have to take some of the badges to do the coaching and that, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've always liked that side of it.
Yeah.
You still got that wee bit of banter with the players and all, but then when you had to put the serious head on, you can get it on, like, you know.
Brilliant. That was brilliant. Just a wee quick quiz to finish it off. I'm going to try and do this with everybody. I've done it with Joe last week. But I sort of didn't do the way I wanted because I didn't want to offend anybody. But now I'm just like, fuck it. So get them on the bus, right? So it's best and worst. So best finisher.
Gary McCutcheon.
Worst finisher.
Jim Irvin.
Best touch.
Best touch. Two guy.
Worst touch.
Davy Munster.
Fittest.
Leroy Miller.
Worst fittest. Unfittest.
Cahir Friel.
He was pretty fit that day. I chased him all over in the Irish Cup. Quickest.
Aaron Lennon.
Slowest.
Me.
Don't think it's one. The last two sort of. There's no worst in the last two. Just most calm you've ever seen on the pitch. Your Rolls Royce. At the back or in front of goal, or doesn't really matter.
Most calm. Jim Irvin's up there. I have to say that there. Jim's very calm on the pitch. Never very rarely has a bad game.
Yeah.
And again, just watching Blackburn's first team again, mate. Just two guy.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
That never gets phased in the ball.
Oh, yes, just always has time on the ball for some reason. I don't know why. It's crazy how some players can make that time.
Yeah.
He was just a joy to watch, mate, and also a joy to train with, you know.
Yeah, magic. And best talker.
Players and managers.
A bit of a man.
But I probably have to put Big DJ up there, mate. Best talker. So if you want to get motivated for a game, mate, listen into one of his things and you'll be raring to go, mate. So,
Magic, Tony, that's it. Thank you, mate. That was the Call Offside podcast. So,
yep.
Are you still there? That's you. Dead on, mate. That's it. 100%. Thank you.
Thank you, mate. Hope everything goes well. Thank you, mate. Bye.
Bye.